I'm going to start with the salt technique. So using my large flat brush, I'm just going to soak my watercolour card. You can use watercolour card or Sheena stamping card, so lots of water on there. And then I'm going to pick some colours from here. It's good to go with quite strong colours for this technique. And then I'm just going to blob some colours on there. Let's go in with a nice blue as well. Just blob in this on my wet card, and you can already see it starting to move about. And then if I go in with my water spray bottle, give it a good spritz to get it moving about even more, because we've got enough ink on there. So just getting lots of lovely movement going. And then for this I'm going to use some coarse sea salt. But you can use rock salt, you can use any type of salt you like really. The technique will, the sort of look you get will vary depending on the type of salt that you use. So just sprinkling a good amount of salt on there. And already you can see how the salt is starting to soak up the colour of the pens there. And if I give it another little spritz with some water, and this time this needs to be set aside to dry naturally, because obviously you can't force dry it. You're best to let it dry naturally, and by doing that all the minerals in the salt will go into the cardstock as well. So we'll come back and have a look at that once it's dry. Let's take a look at our salt technique here. I've got it laid on a sheet of white card at the moment, purely because then you can see what we're going to get when we take it off. Now it's nice and dry. Okay, sometimes these are best left overnight. The longer you can leave them the better, because you get some great effects. Then with your hand, just shaking that salt off. As I say, the more salt you put on the better, because you get some different effects. And also depending on the type of salt you've used. But just rubbing it away with your hands, and as you'll see from this, you've got like mineral type look. Let me try and get some more of this off. But look at this lovely salt that we've got left. I'm not going to be throwing that away. So let me get some more of this off. Now this background technique, if you're making cards for someone who's visually impaired, it's quite nice because you've got a lot of texture going on with this now. It's nice and rough. You've got some glistening going on because you've got some of the salt particles there. I don't know whether I can pick that up in the light, but I can see it glistening here beautifully. But if I bring it up, can you see like it's like the mineral looks, where the salt has actually sort of drawn up that colour and it's left its minerals actually into your paper or your cardstock. So it's a great technique to use. And then if we come down here to all this lovely coloured salt, and this is what happens, the salt has actually taken up the colour of the Aqua Tint pens. Now to me, this is what I use it for. I use this in my shaker cards. So what I like to do is to do my backgrounds, cut my apertures and things, and put this inside to make my shaker cards. Then your project all matches up beautifully. So yeah, don't throw this salt away. Keep that bagged up, ready to make your project. So this is using salt.